I shit you not, before I put that there, my charge pipe right here would be hot. Literally hot. Alright fellas, look, I got 4 jack stands now. As you know, I installed my J pipe a couple days ago. The situation with the heat shield and those hoses that I was talking about. So I went ahead and got this thermal heath sleeve right here. So I'm gonna go in the car, I'm gonna wrap those hoses, the lower radiator hoses, and there's 2 other hoses. I also brought my heat shield back. I brought these brackets, and I'm gonna try again to come up with a master plan to use that OEM heat shield on that J pipe. I think I can do it if I customize some brackets. So I'm gonna try it and we're gonna find out what happens. So this is how much of the sleeve I got. It's like 1 inch around. It's Velcro, so you can wrap it. I'm gonna just cut little portions. I don't know, maybe like 6 inches, another 6 inches, and those 2 will be for those smaller hoses I can just wrap around. And then for that larger radiator hose, 2 6-inch cuts, and then use 2 to wrap around that hose. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap all that stuff that I said, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here's our bracketry. This is in the front of your J pipe, closest to the turbo. This is in the rear, so it's on your J pipe like this. Your turbo being over here. I got this top one and I cut it right there, those 2 sides, and I folded it back. I'm going to stick this one on the top of the J pipe, but I'm gonna turn it around this way. And I needed to cut that right there because I didn't have room, so I'll show you. Alright, so I fished that bracket up there. There it is. Wait, where are we? There. But I mean, if I can get the bracket like at least like that, it'll stop a lot of that heat from rising and hitting the bottom of the block right there. This bracket will. I cut it right there, so you can see, because it was hitting the header. So by me cutting it and bending it, now I can put it on there straight. I don't know if you see it or not. My goal is essentially to have this on here like this. If I can use this bolt to the bracket on the header and this bolt, the stud coming off this heat shield, and then I can take this bolt off, I can make my own bracket from here to here. All you need is probably like 22 gauge or something. Just make a couple bends. We can reuse these nuts on this side and reuse the nut on this side. That'll hold this side down. So I'm gonna do that. And then all I have to do is figure out to get one more bolt on this side. And I'm hoping maybe, I don't know if you can see or not, I can use this stud and make a bracket that goes up here to where this ground is. So essentially I have a bracket right here holding this side, a bracket right here holding this side, and hopefully that should be enough. If I need to, I'll bend this out because it's touching the header right there. Just bend that out a little bit, and then maybe I can even make a third bracket from right here to right here to this stud. So essentially I'll have 3 brackets, right here to here, right here to here, and here to here. And that should be enough to hold this heat shield in place without moving around. And that will stop a lot of that heat from going up. So that's the plan. Hopefully you've seen all that. I don't know. But yeah. A bracket from here to this stud. So just a straight piece. Boom, boom. A bracket from here to that ground up there. Boom, boom. A bracket from here to here. If you look at it, I mean, it looks ghetto as shit, but I mean, who gives a fuck? It works, right? I mean, heat rises, it's gonna stop all that heat from rising and hitting the bottom of that block. That's all we need, man. The only reason we need those brackets to keep it steady so it doesn't shake around, you know. But with those brackets bolted down, it should be good, solid. We'll see. I did it. I messed one bracket up. I don't have 24 gauge, so I took this from work. And this is all I had to work with. This is in there solid. This motherfucker's not moving, boy. So I got one bracket here. This bracket, I didn't measure correctly. But I did get it to work. I screwed it in here and then here. Look, this shit, dude. Look at that. That shit is fucking solid, man. That shit's not going nowhere. I still need to make a bracket to go here. I'll probably remake a bracket to go here, and I'll probably redo this bracket. But it's getting dark, and I need to drive home, so I'm going to put everything on. I'm gonna drive the car like this. That bracket's on there, though, boy. It's on there. That's gonna protect all that shit. Hell yeah. Yo, that worked. Just gonna redo that bracket, make another bracket from there to there, which is unnecessary. It's just, why not? And then I'm essentially good. Look, I got a heat shield up there now. Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna throw my undercarriage on, call it good. So let me tell you something. My little makeshift thing, heat shield, is still holding strong. Here it is. This bad boy's working too, man. It works. Before I put that heat shield there, I shit you not, my charge pipe, focus, I shit you not, before I put that there, my charge pipe right here would be hot. Literally hot. This would be hot, this would be cold. And after installing my little makeshift heat shield, which you can see kind of right there, it's right here, my charge pipe is now cold. That little ass heat shield that I put there stopped all that heat from rising up here and just soaking this fucking charge pipe and heating this up. It's fucking crazy, man. Also, like after I installed my J-pipe, I used to get out of the car, you know, the hood would be closed, and I could like smell something. It wasn't like a burning smell, but I could smell like heated components, I guess is the best way to describe it. I could also feel the radiant heat seeping through the cracks. It was just, I could feel the heatness, the hotness. I could feel that shit. After installing my little makeshift bracket down there, or heat shield, this is cold. I no longer smell that burning smell, or not burning. I no longer smell that smell. It could be because of those sleeves that I put on, maybe. I don't know what that smell was, but I don't smell it no more. This is now cold. After long drives, I don't feel heat, the radiant heat seeping out of these little cracks. That shit worked, man. Real shit, that shit worked. But I was sleeping on it, and I was like, man, I think I can do better. But this little makeshift heat shield works like a fucking charm, man. But this is just the base point of where I'm starting. After driving like this for a few days and seeing how good this worked, I slept on that, thought to myself, man, I can do better. I think I can do better. Now I got the idea of where I can hook brackets up. You know what I mean? So right here, now I'm thinking I'm going to make my own bracket. I didn't have sheet metal last time, so that's why I just used the OEM heat shield. But now I bought a nice big ass sheet of 22 gauge sheet metal, which is in that package. I am going to try to make my own heat shield. I also bought some gold reflective tape that I put on the inside of my makeshift heat shield. So I'm going to try to make one that's going to look better and fit better in there, and then put it on, and I'll show you guys, and let's see. Yo, check it out. Can you see it? So, bam, right there. I can't even show you how I did it, because fuck, I don't even know, man. I just started bending shit, cutting shit, just to kind of form that shape. It's a weird shape, but it fits up there perfect. Boom. Look at that. It fits there good, man. It's only touching this O2 sensor right here, and it's touching the header heat shield over there. But it's not touching anything up there, like coolant hoses or anything. And it's covering more than my OEM bracket did. But I got it bolted down. I bent that up, so I'm gonna drill a hole. I'm gonna drill a hole there. Make a bracket bolted there. Same thing here. I'm gonna try to make a bracket somehow right there. And then I'll use this ground bolt up here and make a bracket to come down and bolt into here or something. So I'll like come down and then bolt into here. And then that should keep that shit steady. But I can't do all that yet because I can make the brackets, but I can't bolt it in because I'm waiting on my gold tape. Amazon to drop off my gold tape. And I'm going to layer the inside of this all with that gold reflective tape, because gold reflects better than the silver, supposedly. So I'm gonna layer the inside with that golden tape, and then I'll put it up there and bolt it down. But let me try to make these brackets. Here it is, my little makeshift heat shield. Got my gold tape. Didn't do the greatest taping job, but it will fucking work. Yes, sir. I'll show you how it goes on the car. I have to redo this bracket. I have to cut it shorter because I'm gonna mount it in a different location, but let me show you how it looks once it's in there. So I don't know if you can see, but I got this in here. And I got it over here. Let's see. In here. Focus. And I got this one right there. And this one is going to, I gotta cut it, go up there. So let me do all that real quick. Essentially, that's how it looks. Yo, I'm gonna be dead serious with you, man. I'm fucking impressed. I mean, yo, look at that shit. Look at it. It's gonna block all that heat from rising. It looks clean, man. This bitch is in there. Look, this motherfucker is solid. Got it bolted here. Got it bolted here to that ground up there. Got it bolted here to the heat shield bolts on the header. Got it wrapped gold. It's not touching nothing. It clears everything. It's not gonna shake and hit anything. This bitch is in there, man. It's gonna do its job. Block all that heat from rising up there. And look, I understand A lot of people out there could probably do a way better job or come up with a way better piece, but hell, for just using a 22 gauge sheet metal and some gold tape, makeshift in a couple brackets, I got a fucking heat shield, boys. Now I don't gotta wrap the J-pipe with titanium wrap, worry about moisture and all that bullshit. I got me a heat shield. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. It's crazy. Well, that's all done now. All right. Yo, man, my little makeshift heat shield, boy, that motherfucker is blocking some heat, man. It works. I shit you not, after installing my J-pipe, when I didn't have a heat shield, my intercooler piping, the cold side, was hot. I would touch it and it would literally be hot, man. No more of that bullshit, alright? That heat shield works. It's blocking all that radiant heat from rising, man. Like, I'm actually kind of impressed with it, to be honest with you. I wish certain companies would make aftermarket heat shields for their J-pipes. I mean, I think it's just smart, but you know, they don't, so I had to make my own. And the motherfucker works, alright? That's how I did it. It was a bitch to do. I shit you not. Mangling that 22 gauge in the different shapes and shit fucking sucked ass. It fucking sucked, alright? But it's there. It works. Nobody sees it. It's under the car. It's doing its job. I'm happy, man. So yeah, there it is, man. No more hot, cold side piping. No more feeling that radiant heat coming from the engine bay. No more smelling those hot components. I'm happy, man. I'm telling you, I'm happy. But that's how I did it. Cooler engine bay, baby. Cooler engine bay. Alright, so I got a bunch of parts still to install. I'm going stage 3, obviously, but I still need to install the Grimmspeed intake. Still need to delete the EGR, throw in the TGB deletes. I have the upper TGB deletes from IAG. I am now considering going the full upper and lower one piece from IBR. I don't know yet, but I still gotta do that. The flex fuel kit, I gotta put the DW300 fuel pump in the car. I also have gauges. I have the AME airflow ratio gauge and the AME coolant temp gauge that I need to install in the car. I'm actually doing that now. That video will probably be out a little bit later, but yeah, I'm throwing those gauges in the car also. Stay tuned, got some more content coming for you guys, and hope you enjoy. Peace.